Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, it's the state of real estate?
The State of Real Estate with Mike and
estate.
Dan.
Mike and Dan, man, Dan and Mike. Hey, Dan. So one of the things we were talking about this week was, we got a couple listings going. I do, you do, and last week we got into that. There's a lot of buyers going out looking for stuff and getting into contract.
Mm-hmm.
People are really excited about getting into homes and making moves. But one of the questions we get a lot, right, is what's my home worth? What's my value? And then people hear about, hey, how much is my home worth? Is it worth so much per square foot? How does that kind of work?
Well, funny you should ask. We were just having to talk about this, and we thought,
Right.
man, this is really valuable to share. And my perspective is if you can find a good comp, a recent sale, similar square footage, maybe facing the same way or same lot size, that I'll use kind of this price per square foot as a baseline, and then
Right.
make adjustments off that. Like, this home has a pool, so we'll adjust a little for that. This home has, owns solar, so we'll make an adjustment for that. This home has nicer updates, make an adjustment for that. But for me, it's all based off of price per square foot. So we can take, here's what a 4,000 square foot home sold for. Let's price your 3,800 square foot home at
Sure.
this, because we have that price per square foot, and just do the math, and that's pretty easy. But Mike has a kind of different approach, and there's no one perfect approach. There are several different approaches, but we're always, I'm always learning, Mike's always learning, we're always
Yes.
just trying to figure out what is the best way, the best method, or how can we improve our method. And Mike, can you share with us what your thoughts are on that?
Yeah, absolutely. And so we were just talking about just the different matrix that we use in doing that. And price per square foot's a good solid base to work off. So if you've got a 1,000 square foot home and it's sold for $325 a square foot, $325,000, you're like, woo! I got a 2,000 square foot home down the block, so I'm going to get $650,000. And well, that might not be the case because your home is larger, and there's some other matrix and things that go into that. So it's a good base to work off of. And what we're really looking at is we're looking at the average sale for your type home. So we have to find that comp, that the home that's like yours, that we're going to compare it to, not the one down the street that's twice as large or twice as small.
So maybe within a few hundred square feet.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So it's a great matrix. The best thing to do is contact a realtor or contact Mike and Dan, and we can take a look at those different matrices, see what's going on in the neighborhood, and give people a specific valuation for their home, because you're going to know the updates and the things that you've done to your home to make it a little more valuable. That'll add a little value, and that's something that we can do. So that's the most important thing to do, is just get a great CMA from an agent that's currently working and in the trenches, so to speak, right? So,
and we love doing those. I mean, it's fun. Giving an estimate of value for a home.
It's free. We do it for free. It's what we do all day long.
Do it all the time. Yeah.
So absolutely. And price per square foot is up. That was what brought the conversation, is that we were looking at some of the matrix from Ryan Lindquist had done some posts. I mean, he was talking about the different matrices of what was going on in the market now. And over last year and just over this spring, the prices have jumped.
Yeah, they've gone up
so.
from January this year, and also from last selling season, spring, May, June, July. They've continually gone up. So it's just really interesting, in the midst of a pandemic, that this metric is rising, and a lot. I talked to people, over the last few weeks about this, and people are shocked to hear that the home prices are up. And it's just interesting, and again, a lot of this is because of low inventory on the market. There were 700 fewer homes on the market this April compared to last April. Like we said, a couple weeks ago, from Ryan Lundquist, great guy, and it just shows this, the basic supply and demand issue. There isn't enough supply, so the prices have gone up.
Right.
So now is a great time to sell if you're considering it. And we're talking to a lot of people that are making that decision with precautions, you know, with gloves and people mask up.
Definitely have a procedures and
sign a
and
waiver
protocol in place for doing it during this time frame.
Yep.
And and then one of the other things I just want to talk about real quick, because I've heard it from the office, is that forbearance. There's some folks that took forbearance move on their home because they're just out of work or whatnot. You know, people need to do that, and it's there for you. But now you're into that, and you know, what do I do? Does that affect my home value? Does that affect my position of being able to get a home or refinance or something like that? And those are questions that we can answer as well. Anything real estate,
really important.
man. I mean, it's kind of what we do. So
yeah,
but it's coming around. You know, people are wondering, well, I've done this, or should I do that? And that's just something that we can help answer and help you walk through and walk through and see if that's one of the steps that you should take, or whether or not it makes sense for you to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of implications with that.
Yeah.
And it can, you know, there are great times to use it, and there are, you know, situations where could really hurt you, right?
Yep.
So,
hey, it's summertime. Heat spiked up, man. I drove over the Sunrise Bridge over the American River the other day. Dude, there were people everywhere.
Really?
All along. So, hey, and they released, you know, the restrictions a little bit. We can go out and do things, and we do it smart and have fun. Be safe on the river, man. But enjoy the time, enjoy summer. Here it comes, because it was 105 the other day.
Oh my gosh!
Man.
Yeah, I was feeling it. I was feeling it.
But so again, if you got any questions or you know, any concerns, or you just want to give us some ideas or some things that you'd like to hear about, you know, comment below. Reach out to us at any time.
Yeah, we'd love to chat. We hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, see ya.
Take care.